The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lord Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
You must think very well of them to suggest such a thing.
Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
These aren't just any 2 people. They're key members of the Inquisition.
For the sake of Thedas, we must ask you to make this sacrifice.
This will have to be settled later. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam-Shiral. The support of the Empire should make our search for the Grey Wardens easier. Varric is eager to help his friend Hawk.
Okay, we're back, and I probably should go ahead and make an explanation as to what happened last time. I didn't really find out what mistake I had made until after I had finished recording everything that I had regarding everything that went on with the Empress, Celine, and all that. So I'll make a brief explanation. I had seen a comment from someone regarding the part prior to having or allowing Celine to be killed. They said something about, you know, the compromise between the 3 of them, and hoping that I had managed to get that, and I didn't. What I didn't realize is that evidently, if you manage to get all 3 bits of blackmail, which I had the opportunity to do, by the way, then you can force all 3 of them to work together. The problem is that I hadn't expected that to be a potential option, so I figured, okay, and keep in mind, at the time, I was under the impression I was going to go ahead and, I was 99% sure I was going to go ahead and stick with Celine on this, so I didn't see the point in even going after that blackmail. Obviously, I made the last-second decision to actually allow Celine to die, but regardless, honestly, had I not even come across that blackmail for Celine, it wouldn't have mattered to me, but the fact of the matter is that I could have forced all 3 of them to work together, had I just taken that blackmail and been a little bit more aware of what was going on. I would have been fine, and, you know, that would have been the perfect solution. Unfortunately, I didn't do that because I did not figure that that would be an option, you know, because honestly, that's a bit of a cop-out in my opinion. I feel like these perfect, you know, solutions to problems are just kind of, not silly, but just, I don't like them most of the time. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, it's something I'm not too fond of. But anyway, so if you were really hoping for that, sorry, but what really matters is that this is my experience, and that's the whole point of watching these types of playthroughs, is watching the person, you know, going through things at their pace, the way they like to do it, and seeing their reactions to certain situations. I fucked up, Yeah, sure. But honestly, I'm not going to go back, and I could have gone back had I wanted to. I recorded that entire thing in one sitting, and the next video I could have been like, fuck it, let's go back to the previous save, and I will replay that entire part, but I thought that that would be disingenuous, and I just thought that that would, be really dishonest to you guys to do it that way. So I think that it was smart of me, or it was good of me to just stick to my decision, and I'm going to continue to do that, because doing it otherwise is cheap, and it's stupid. And, yeah, so if you didn't like my decision, sorry, but, watch another playthrough in that case, because that's how I'm going to do this. Anyway, the rest of this video, or at least a good portion of it, is me going around just talking to people and, just seeing, what their reactions are to my most recent adventure. And, if we have time, we'll go to the war room and, might check out another place. We're not going to be doing the next big thing, for another couple of parts. I want to get some of that other side stuff out of the way, and I'll expand on that later.
We tracked Ehrman to Adamant Fortress. Hopefully we can stop this madness before it goes any further.
There we go.
How could the Wardens willingly sacrifice their own members to summon demons?
Grey Wardens leave their lives behind and dedicate themselves to fighting the Blight, no matter the cost. Our actions may be brutal, even reprehensible, but we know that the alternative is worse. The rituals, the sacrifices. It's too far, even for me. But I can understand them making the decision. Had I not known Corypheus was involved, I might have bowed my head and accepted my orders.
We'll talk later.
Really bums me out knowing that guy could have been Logain. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to let Logain die. That was really stupid of me to do that during the Dragon Age Keep stuff. Colin's down there. Cole's downstairs, so... yeah, fuck it, we can talk to him. Matter of fact, I don't think I can take damage. We're finding out. Yeah, we're fine. And we're fine. Alright. We're good. Actually, I think that Cole is in there. Let's say hi to Cassandra.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day, you watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they
That can
name
be
you a
solved.
candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
I honestly, between Liliana and Cassandra, I think that Liliana would actually be an overall better choice. She seems more analytical and less prone to emotion than Cassandra. And I think that that's an important thing when you're in a position of leadership. And so, honestly, I really don't think that Cassandra would be best for that role. But, I don't know. I don't want to piss her off, but this is what I feel, so...
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars. This cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
It is disheartening that a believer would say that. Did
Not
you
a
know
believer.
Varric is Andrastian?
Never said that.
Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
That's interesting. I honestly did not think that that would be her policy. I thought that she would be far more, I don't know, hard on the mages than that. I mean, obviously, you know, there is a necessity in monitoring them, but she recognized that there's still people, and there's a good amount of them that don't have any cruel intentions. Honestly, she surprises me with that, so anyway. Fuck it, let's romance her.
Your determination is admirable.
Some men would call it an unattractive trait.
I'm not those men.
Get back in the kitchen.
So this is your new crusade?
I've agreed to nothing yet.
And if the Chantry calls on you?
Then I will do whatever I can, for as long as I can. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I gotta say, I'm happy I had that conversation with her, because going into it, I was not too fond of the idea of her becoming, shit, brain fart. Oh my god, what's happening? What is it? The thing for the Chantry. The shit. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm surprised, and I think that she would actually be better suited for it than I initially anticipated. There's a quest I can be given, it appears. From Sir Morris?
Oh, my maker. You cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Goddamn right.
As you were.
It's
We
my
are here
table.
for you, Inquisitor.
It's mine. Stay away from it. Son of a bitch. If he goes near my war table, and anybody sees him near that thing, beheading. I won't stand for it. You can attempt to go back in time, or go into the future, and try to end the world, and I will let you off with a warning and force you to, you know, basically perform community service. But But if you go near my war table,
The funniest
instant death.
thing I've seen in years.
No question about it. Okay, what is...
Dancing around, hopping and pouncing like a fool. Made
Is
my
Iron,
day bright.
Iron Bull
it
up
did.
here?
Maker knows what got into the little
No, it's
rat
Cole,
catcher.
okay.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Orlesian nobles see politics as a great competition.
Yes, but none of them ever win.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Rhys was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Rhys. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Rhys couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
What was the Spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Rhys help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Rhys just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Rhys from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Rhys. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, wow, that's actually... Who's this? For Cole? Assassin helmet? Fuck that shit. The assassin helmet is not bad. By the way, I know, I look like a dick with this new helmet. What's this do, though? Oh, it's for Cole. In particular. So, Cole, buddy. What do you have on? You have the Carta hat? Well, this is yours now. Put it on. Who gets the Carta hat, then? Somebody gets it. I guess it's you, by default. Sarah. I don't like you. You're a boring character, in my opinion. Not even boring. Sarah and Cole both are not my favorites, in all honesty. I mean, Sarah just annoys the shit out of me. Like, I just don't like her as a character. And Cole, even though I respect the concept of his character, I just can't get into him. I just can't. It's just not my thing. He just comes off as too blank and not stale, but emotionless. And I know he's supposed to be emotionless as part of his character, but it just makes it really difficult for me to really get into it. But that's just my own thing. That's not an objective point or anything. It's just my own subjective opinion on him, of course.
Gloat all you like. I have this one. Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you. Why do I even... Inquisitor. Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Are you two playing nice?
I'm always nice. You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won, and I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you. I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Fuck yeah.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
You have siblings?
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Ah, it's my turn.
Play fair.
All right, let's see what you've got.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. I believe this one is yours. Well played.
Sorry. Oh, is there something there? A letter. It's a little bit long. Dear Mia, I'm still alive, your loving brother Cullen. Honestly, is it so difficult? We thought you were dead. Again! If the Inquisition was not on everyone's lips, we would never have heard that their fine commander survived Haven. We've been hearing strange things about the Templars lately. I am not sorry you left them. I thought your resignation was implied when you joined the Inquisition, but you meant something more, didn't you? It's a fool's errand asking you to stay safe, but please try. Your loving sister. See how easy this is? Mia. Isn't that sweet? Okay, so yeah, I thought so. Blackwall's still in the little barn over there. I know that I need to talk to those trainers, but I just don't fucking want to. I don't care. Blackwall, there you are.
The war in Orlais has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good.
Nah.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Blackwall's another one. It's like, I respect the idea. I don't know. There's a lot of characters in this game that I respect the concept of, but I just have a hard time getting into. I don't know why, I just do. And, you know, Dorian is an exception. Actually, I'd say it's half and half. Half the characters I'm like, okay, this is a good character. It's just, personally, I'm not into him. And then the other, like, half, I'm like, oh, no, this is a very good character, and I'm into him at the same time. You know, like, Dorian's a good example of that. Cassandra, you know, Cullen, I think is, you know, the idea of his character is not that interesting, but I find his personality to be, engaging, I suppose. You know, so it's kind of a half and half. Sarah is probably the only character that I just don't even want to have anything to do with. But I find Blackwall himself as, you know, within the game, to be incredibly useful. He's I think he's probably the best tank of the three. That's just what I've kind of come to feel.
Inquisitor, I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
You're coming with me. I'm not doing this on my own. Alright, I imagine this one's going to be pretty difficult. I didn't record it, but I tried to kill a wyvern in Crestwood, and failed miserably. I died pretty quickly. Like, incredibly quickly. It was kind of embarrassing. So I'm a little bit hesitant to just go out there and try it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright. Who else do we got? Yeah, we got Solus, who I don't give a shit about whatsoever. Solus is the other one, by the way, actually. I forgot. Solus doesn't annoy me, but his character is stale, bland, and all he ever talks about is pretty much the Rift. Or sorry, the Fade. And, yeah, that's about it. And he's stoic, and it's just, meh. Like, that's his character. It's just like, he basically is a Tranquil. You know what? No, he's not a Tranquil. He can't be. He's got too much of a sense of self-worth to, you know, I just get the impression that he's very arrogant, but he tries to conceal it. Just smug. He's smug. That's the only sort of characteristic I can think of from him, but that's about it. Anyway.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. An Empress dead, an Emperor under your spell, and that elven harpy eating out of your hand, if she doesn't bite it off. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you actually miss.
Who wouldn't? All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuverings. Back home, we engage in social affairs with the grim intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Okay, so we also have Liliana. Also, I'm, like, very, late on this one. I'm actually recording this the night before it's uploaded. The past weekend I've been very busy. We've been, like, rewiring the entire house, so internet was offline for a while, as well as the ability to really even use my computer. So I'm glad that I was able to record, like, 3 hours straight of footage or so with the whole thing at the Winter Palace, because I needed it. Where is Lily? There she is.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Well then, you did not give me nearly as convincing an argument as Cassandra. It's almost as if they're trying to steer me in a certain direction. That's probably unfair. But yeah, I'm not too happy with that. Like, Cassandra gave me a much more detailed explanation regarding becoming the divine. Liliana just kind of was like, yeah, so it's a thing. And I might do it, but I might not. It's humbling. Those are all statements that I have made. By the way, this place doesn't look like as much of a shithole. There isn't any longer a bunch of wood just stackpiled around us. We've got curtains. They're dirty, as you can see, and not very well kept. But otherwise, you know, we also have fire and food and tables, and we have people wearing masks for some reason. We're not in Orlais, but they do it anyway. Is that Gaspard? No, that's not Gaspard. I guess these are just people coming in from Orlais.
Inquisition.
Because fuck it, why not? Uh-oh. Wow, that would not have been good. Froze there for a second, that was bad. Anyway. Actually, I'm sorry. We have Varric and then Gotzi. I don't think Gotzi is really going to do anything for me, but Varric might.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I've read your Tale of the Champion.
Oh, no.
That's a pretty common reaction.
I've asked that question like a million times.
Someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
Sure. Personal
Can I ask
question.
you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered.
All right, never mind. I think I've pretty much spoken with Varric as much as possible, or almost as much as possible. That's one that I really like. I really do like Varric. I know that a lot of people aren't very fond of Dragon Age 2, and I haven't played it, so I can't really speak on behalf of it or against it. But I feel like Varric was probably a bright spot from that game. Perhaps I'm incorrect in that, but I haven't heard anybody really say anything poorly about him.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Jesus Christ.
This is supposed to make sense. I'm judging a box.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Oh, fuck.
Strangely enough, something similar happened to an uncle of Emperor Leandra II. His trade routes were returned to the reigning monarch. Why don't we just follow suit?
A wise choice. Thank you for making it swiftly.
I always enjoy those little judgments that I can make. They're, you know, short, sweet. I get to make a decision. And they're fun and silly and stupid most of the time. I like it. But that one was really weird.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
They don't see an Empress murdered in front of their eyes every day.
I must confess, when Celine was killed, my first reaction wasn't sorrow. It was disappointment. How could the Empress of Orlais be taken in by the Duchess's plot?
Celine trusted me, us, to help her.
She trusted she could use us. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Insular cliques, snide half-truths, everyone sizing up everyone else. It reminded me of home.
I completely understand the feeling, Inquisitor. Let's hope the next ball either of our families holds is quieter than this one. Shall we?
We shall. Wait, that's not what I meant to do. We're gonna go to save.
A pleasure.
No. Get away from me. Get away. The reason why I saved right there, is because for some reason, this game seems to really like to crash whenever I'm at the War Council. So, yeah. Anyway. I think I said anyway twice. Oh, we have a new perk. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know. Let's go with, shit, man, I don't know. Grants significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. Grants an additional 50 XP to each foe studied. Optimal cutting grants 10%. That's all boring. That's all of this is, I just want this. It's all I care about. I don't care about this other shit. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Okay, cool. Now that we have that out of the way, first things first, expose the double agent. The following is a confession that I, Abernail Harish, who the fuck names her kid Abernail, known as Painter when in the employ of the Inquisition, did betray our cause in exchange for promises of a title from the Venatori. I acknowledge the mercy of the Inquisition in allowing me my life in exchange for secrets of the enemy, who I have now forsworn, and I willingly serve my sentence in prison. Okay. Cool. Secure a route through the Frostback's Inquisitor. We have begun sending soldiers along the road from the fallow mire. I would like to pass on their considerable gratitude for being spared treks across the Frostbacks. Our healers seem happier as well, Commander Colin. Alright, we got some new things it looks like. Improving morale. Commander, a small shipment of books arrived earlier in the week along with with a periodical from Val Royeaux. It was unexpected but sparked some interest. Diversions are few, and it's good to know there's still a world out there. Send a regard to the Lady Ambassador, Knight Captain Rylan. Alright, well, actually, no, there's a holy fuck ton of new items to look at. Harden Hightown Trouble and Skyhold. Reparations for Redcliffe. Delicate Negotiations. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of new stuff. I like it. Wait, what's this? Mauvrin. Who the fuck is Mauvrin? Whisper Behind the Throne. Dwarven Slaves and Venatori Hands. Ooh, there's a thing here. A present for Bianca. Okay, let's, Liliana's the only one that can do this, it appears. Liliana, heard your little birdies have had recent success picking up shiny things for the Inquisition. Maybe you can help me out. One of the apprentice smiths saw me walking by with my Bianca, and we struck up a conversation. The apprentice said he once met a former mage named Provident who had ideas for improving the precision of siege engines, and wondered if they could be adapted for Bianca. And then he got into phrases like recoil dampening and rectilinear motion, and I politely excused myself. Could you tell your magpies to keep an eye out for Providence or his designs? Obviously, I don't have trouble with Bianca's accuracy, but she does like it when Daddy gets her new fittings. Varric. Liliana says, I can certainly tell my agents to look out for this Provident, but I wouldn't get my hopes up since the Mage Rebellion. So many have been killed or lost. I wouldn't hold my breath or these for these designs either.
Inquisitor.
Well, do your goddamn job. All right. Also, by side things, when I said earlier, I meant like one of these. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but one of them, obviously. Aid those impacted by the Civil War. Let's go back down over here. Investigation pretty much is all supposed to be left to Liliana, I believe. Reparations. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out one that would be good for soldiers. Angry Vargas would probably be a good one. Yeah, Josephine can't do it. She's not capable. But anyway. Commander, the situation is improving here at Griffin Wing. Water source is secured, and most things are under control. However, our activities in the desert have destroyed some Vargas nests, which has riled them up and desperate. Now they are attacking caravans on the main road, scavenging from our provisions. Makes it hard to get supplies in for the soldiers. Any advice? Knight Captain Ryland. So Colin says, Maker's Breath, I'll send some of our rangers to hunt and kill these pests. That'll keep the area clear.
Alright,
I think that's just about at the point where we're done with the western approach. Trying to clear that up and establish a point of power in that region. Okay, so what is good for Josephine? Probably aiding... Oh, shit. Nope, okay, I'm good. I thought it crashed there for a second. So probably aiding those impacted by the Civil War. That would probably be a good one. Nope, not really. But anyway. The Imperial Army will aid the Inquisition's forces against Corypheus, but they must also address lingering issues at home. Weaknesses in the Vale, no doubt heightened due to rifts, have resulted in demons on the road between Valforet and Mont-Simard. Simard? I don't know. This would demand a call to action at the best of times. Unfortunately, the increased number of travelers on the roads, merchants attempting to restore trade, and displaced civilians returning home after the war has made the situation worse. The head of the Imperial Army has requested assistance from the Inquisition... Jesus Christ. The Inquisition in subduing this threat. So Josephine says, merchants often travel with armed escorts, but civilians require safe shelter. We could petition the Chantry for aid on their behalf. Cool.
Let us begin.
Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of the war room. I'm going to save, and then for a little bit, I'm going to just kind of scout these little areas out, see which one has the better, excuse me, the better leveling for what I'm trying to do currently. It's just how I do it. I'm not going to spoil anything for myself. It's just the process, so I don't, get too far ahead. Anyway, see you guys in a second. Okay, so after some consideration, I have made my decision. Since we're already about 40 or so minutes into this video, give or take how much I decide to edit out. 1 second. Okay, as I was saying, I decided I'd go ahead and do something I anticipate to be a little bit shorter, which I hope that this is, where I'm going to be traveling to Val Royeaux and talk with Josephine. Her messengers have been murdered, and the Comte, I'm not even going to try, claims to have information that could lead to the identity of the murders. So, that's where we're going next. So, Val Royeaux, I don't even need to go to the war table for that. Let's just head right over there. Sounds good.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Val Royeaux. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messengers seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
They're not just after your messengers, Josephine. They'll try for you too.
I am afraid so, yes.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Duke Gaspard.
But the Duparacets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Duparacets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royal. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I'll do what I can to stop these attacks, Josephine.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I think I may know how. The Duparacets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Duparacet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilier's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte Boisvert slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montilier's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Duparacet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Here's something.
Oh, goodness. Comte Boisvert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
What's... Are you... What? Are we just leaving him like that? Well, she's going she's going to town on the air right there. Not really actually touching anything. But she will pick that airlock in no time. Anyway, let's get back to Skyhold.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last Duparacets.
If they become Chantry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Leliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
If destroying the original contract will satisfy the Guild, I say we do it.
But I'm sure my plan will work, Inquisitor.
Whatever happens, I'll assign you more guards. The House of Repose won't be idle long.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Du Paraquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Alright, well, I guess I have to wait because the nearest... wait, speak to Josephine about the nearest move. Dispatch Liliana's assassins. Alright, yeah. I think I'm going to dispatch Liliana's assassins, but, the next operation that will be available is still going to be another 30 or so minutes, and I don't really have time for that in this part, so I think we're going to go ahead and stop it here, and we will continue this whole affair in the next one. So if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe and all that, and I'll see you guys next time.